by the name John the Baptist, who was preaching and preaching and preaching and preaching and preaching, and the fame went. Now go to verse 2. And he said to his servants, this is John the Baptist, is risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do show forth themselves in him. For Herod had laid hold on John and bound him and put him in prison for Herodias' sake. Now, get it right. Herod is the man. The wife of Herod is called Herodias. Now, in prison for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife. Philip was Herod's brother, who had a beautiful wife. And this Herod went beyond his own wife and took Philip's wife and made her Herodias, like Olori. And when John the Baptist heard of it, look at verse 4. For John said to him, it is not lawful for thee to have her. That was his crime. That was his sin. When you say the truth, they go for your head. When you stand for the truth, they want your head. John the Baptist did not steal. John the Baptist did not change figure. He did not rob anyone. He was in court with another man's wife. He was not involved in adultery. He had a mind. Truth makes people face challenges. Truth makes people get into trouble. And yet, it is the same truth that sets us free. Jesus presented himself as the way, the truth, and the life. But I picked the middle one because that will be my focus. Yet, God wants us to be a man of truth. You can't join people in the office stealing and then come to church praying in tongues. You cannot. You cannot. Let me do a little bit about truth. Human beings hate the truth. The day you tell someone, oh no, this thing you are doing is wrong, they get angry. It is not lawful for you to take your brother's wife. It's not right. It is not lawful for you to steal another woman's husband. It is not right. That was all. Let me give you a dimension. Go to 1 Kings and chapter 22. Men hate the truth. And even that has gone into the church. Has gone into the church. Let me see verse 3. Yeah. Now, in Israel, because I'm looking at the time and how I'm going to actually bring this to save my time, because it's a long thing. The king of Israel said to his servants, you know, you had the king of Israel, you had the king of Judah. Usually they were one until David messed up and the kingdom was divided. So it's like you have in northern Nigeria, western Nigeria, eastern Nigeria, but yet it's still the same country. And the king of Israel said unto his servants, know ye that Ramoth Gilead is ours, and we be still and take it not out of the hand of the king of Syria. This was actually true. God had helped them to take more land, but there was one key land they were yet to take, It's called Ramoth Gilead. And so the king of Israel approached the king of Judah. Bring your army and let me bring my army so we can face this Syrian and take this one land once and for all. Not a bad decision. And he said unto Joseph, wilt thou go with me to battle to Ramoth Gilead? And Joseph said to the king of Israel, I am yours and thou art mine. My people as thy people and my horses as thy horses. We are one. It's the same cause. But Joseph was someone who loved God, someone who don't joke with God, somebody who loved to inquire from the Lord. You remember when he wanted to go to battle, he was the same man who chose singers and trumpeters and saxophonists, and they were all blasting, and God did a miracle. So Joseph will always want to inquire. But this man is not interested. He rules by power. He doesn't consult God. And so Joseph said unto the king of Israel, inquire, I pray thee, at the word of the Lord today. Then the king of Israel gathered the prophets together, about 400 men. And the story is that they all lied. 400 prophets. Not 40, 400. And said unto them, he gathered these prophets. Governors have their prophets. Presidents have their prophets. And most of the time, lies. That's why most governors who came there, they always invited me to come to that government house to come and pray. I never went once. I turned it down. Because even if you go genuinely, for as long as you have gone, people think you have gone to bring a sack of... so I never went. There is nothing they didn't do. They will come here to invite me. I never attended. Deliberately. Because I have to do like Daniel chapter 1 verse 8. And Daniel proposed in his heart not to defile himself. The moment you take one gift, you can't tell them the truth. I faced Bukola Saraki. I told him the truth. I didn't go for their gifts. If I want to do what I won't be here. Because everything we finish, you will face God. Truth is bitter. This man, this king, gathered his prophets. Then the king of Israel gathered the prophets together, about 400 men, and said unto them, shall I go against Ramoth Gilead, the prophet of the Lord? Look at that statement. 400 prophets. And yet the man is saying, is there no prophet of the Lord? All these ones they are just thieves. These ones are thieves. These ones are politicians. They change from one government to another government. Is there not here a prophet of the Lord beside that we might inquire of him? Oh my God. And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, there is yet one man. Lift up your hand. Say, I will be one man. Oh, you are not talking to me. Father, make me the one man in my family. Say, Father, you are not talking. This is, say, Father, make me the one man in my community. Father, make me the one man in my household. Make me the one man in that office. Is there yet not one man? And he calls him Micaiah, the son of Imlah, by whom we may inquire of the Lord. Then Joseph had said, but I hate him. Why was he hated? The truth. Joseph had asked him, is there not? He even knows his name. He mentioned him. There's one Micaiah. I know him. The word of the Lord is with him. Can't we inquire of the Lord from him? And then the king of Israel said, but I hate him. For he does not prophesy good concerning me. He's just telling you the truth. He prophesies evil. And Joseph said, let not the king say so. Still let him come. Then the king of Israel called an officer and said, hasten hither, Micaiah the son of Imlah. Bring him. And the king of Israel and Joseph the king of Judah sat each on his throne, having put on their robes in a void race in the entrance of the gate of Samaria. And all the prophets prophesied before them. All these 400 people, they will go. The Lord is with you. Bag of naira was going to their car. Go! God is with you. God has given you Ramoth Gilead. And Zedekiah the son of Menah made him horns of iron, and he said, thus said the Lord, with this shalt thou push the Syrians. One of the prophets said, until thou have consumed them. One of the prophets was saying that. Until you get clarity, no matter what any prophet is saying, don't act. You have the ability to hear God. Romans 8:14 says, as many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. In the Old Testament, yeah, you can look for prophet. But in the New Dispensation, if you know God yourself, he said, the Spirit of the Lord beareth witness with my spirit. Romans 8:16. For the Spirit of the Lord itself beareth witness. I'm not saying you should ignore prophets. What I'm saying is, whatever they say, check in the Spirit. 400 prophets at the same time. Wrong. And all the prophets prophesied so, saying, go up to Ramoth Gilead and prosper, for the Lord shall deliver it into thine hands. And the messenger that was gone to call Micaiah spake unto him. One of the messengers gone. He said, behold now, the words of the prophet declare good unto the king with one mouth. Let your own prophecy also be the same. Pressure. There is no one who won't face pressure. See, 400 prophets have told the king he will succeed. So when you get there, you to make sure that your word aligns with what they have said. And the messenger that was going to call Micaiah spake unto him, saying, behold, now the words of the prophets declare good unto the king with one mouth. Let thy word, I pray thee, be like the word of one of them, and speak that which is good. See what's going on with the... So he came to the king. And the king said unto him, Micaiah, shall we go against Ramoth Gilead to battle, or shall we forbear? And he answered him, go and prosper. You know why? It's not from his heart. He just, you've heard your prophets. Just go now and prosper. For the Lord shall deliver it into the hand of the king. Because the person that was sent had put pressure on him, just say, you will prosper. Because 400 prophets have said it. The pressure. Okay. Is that what you want to hear? Okay. And the king said unto him, how many times shall I adjure thee that thou tell me nothing but that which is what? True. What are we talking about? Truth. That which is true in the name of the Lord. You want to hear the truth? King, you want to hear the truth? And he said, I saw all Israel scattered upon the hills.